Have you ever noticed that we can tend to attract the same patterns, the same partners, the same types of toxic relationships over and over again in our lives? Girl, yes, he did. Yes, he did. I know, right? I can't even believe it. But you know what? Bubba treated me the same way. He was always trying to make those late night booty calls, always trying to make me carry all his emotional baggage. I know. Numbing himself all the time with sex and porn. You know what, come to think of it, that's what Caprice was like too. She had a lot of the same characteristics. It's the same old bullshit. It doesn't even matter. Male, female partners, it just doesn't even matter. I don't know why I waste my time. All I know is I'm never gonna date somebody like that ever again. I'm just not doing it. I deserve better. I mean, I'm woke as fuck. So why would I do that to myself, right? I know. Listen, I gotta go. The kids are getting ready to go to school, and I need to have them do a few things before they go. Okay? All right, I'll talk to you later. Yo, somebody bring me down another mimosa. Mommy's getting a little low down here. Thank you. Have a good day. Be your best. Live your best life. Whatever. And the moment we vow that that will never happen again, that things are going to be different from now on, guess what happens? No.
Hey, I'm here. You mind taking some of this baggage? It's getting kind of heavy.
Huh? You're like the second 8.5 I've seen today.
Yep, they come out of the woodwork. And if we're not paying attention to what's really going on, that is when we will conclude that healthy relationships just don't exist, at least not for us. We start to give up hope, we build up walls, and we even may make other people pay for our previous partner's crimes and mistakes. And then when the good ones come along, when we have the potential for a really healthy relationship, we will sometimes find ways to sabotage it.
Hey, beautiful. I'm here.
Now let me give you a quick breakdown of what's really going on here. So when we make a choice to up-level our lives in some way, or say that we are no longer going to tolerate something, immediately there's a part of our mind that switches on. It's often referred to as the ego, that says, hold on a minute. I only know how to keep you safe in this little comfort zone area here. So if you try to step outside of that comfort zone, I don't know how to keep you safe there. We don't know what's out there, right? I can only base it on what we've experienced in our past. And so it will create all kinds of interesting situations to have us sabotaging what it is that we want. Literally to the point where we can make ourselves ill. We can have things happen like, ooh, my car broke down on the way to our first date. Things like that might seem not within our control, but our minds literally create our reality. And that might sound kind of woo-woo to some of you, and if it does, I strongly urge you to look into the work of Joe Dispenza, especially his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. There's scientific information there about how our past experiences start to affect our thoughts. If we've had a couple of bad relationships, we start to, and if we don't heal that wound first, we start to make it mean, these relationships mean certain things. We come to certain conclusions, and then we come into the next relationship with these old conclusions that are only based on our own past experiences, that may not be based on anything but conclusions that we made, which all came from here. And so we begin to expect certain behaviors to happen. We begin to expect that we can't trust somebody, or that all people are a certain way. And when we do that, sometimes we can start to prove ourselves right. Want to know how I know? I know because I'm an expert at second best life stuff. And this is classic second best life stuff. You know, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Healthy relationships, if we're talking second best life, they're freaking boring, okay? Like, they're kind of overrated. I mean, don't have much to complain to your friends about when you're in a healthy relationship. You've got no one to blame your poor choices and your, lack of boundaries, your unhealed wounds, all that stuff. You got no one to blame. You can't blame it on your ex-partner if you're in a healthy relationship. Come on. Like, then you have to actually invest the time and resources and money in working on yourself. And that's no fun. Who wants to do that? That's too much work. It's much better to just numb yourself, pretend you're not in pain, that you don't need or want anything, and you're good to go. And because I've spent so many years in the work of second best life, I've done all kinds of research and training hands-on on the job training in this. I'm going to share some tips with you on how to keep your second best life kind of relationship and kind of stay away from those healthier relationships. Number one, you got to focus on what you don't want, because again, your mind creates your reality. So the more you focus on what you don't want, the more you're going to keep attracting that. See how that works? And the cool thing is, most of us are already good at this because we are very aware of what we don't want, and we don't have a clue what we actually want. So we just keep attracting what we don't want. It's kind of funny how that works, right? So, number two, blame old lovers for all the problems during and after your relationship. Assume you had zero responsibility, and you don't have to take any responsibility. You can be a victim all your life if you want to. So number three, this is important, guys. Have a blanket belief that all men or all women are, you fill in the blank, okay? So it might look something like this. All men are cheating dick wetters. All women are gold digging whores. You get the idea. So when you have that blanket belief that they're all the same, then you're surely going to bring some healthy partners to your doorstep that way. Come on. They're going to keep being whatever you expect them to be. Whatever you expect to keep showing up, that's what you're going to expect. Oh, and here's another thing. One thing, assume that everyone is just like your ex. Because if you do that, then they probably will be. See how that works? And again, when we're proving ourselves right all the time in our mind, reality no longer matters. Because your belief, that's becoming your reality, whether it's true or not. All right, next one. Make everything that your lover does that doesn't revolve around you mean something negative about you or both of you, your relationship in general. Another one, never take responsibility. That's a big no-no if you want a second best life kind of relationship. And let's see, is there anything else? Oh, yes. Try not to learn anything at all from your past loves or relationships. Just assume it was all a huge waste of time, and then people, hopefully, you can just keep assuming that, and hopefully people will just suddenly change. and start making you happy. And if they don't, well, then that just means they were all selfish assholes. So, because it is all about you, right? So there you have it. And for all you crazy, maybe OCD or just do-gooder types of people out there who really want the boring, healthy, low drama relationships, here's what I would suggest. Again, way too much work though. Are you sure you really want to? But hey, it's your choice. So if this is what you want, then I would just suggest a few things. This work, it's about the development of the self. It's really about self-love. It's about being the kind of partner you want. We all want to find that partner. We all want to get that partner, but are we being that first? Becoming that we're trying to attract. What kind of man or woman would you need to be in order to attract the kind of man or woman you want in your life, the kind of partner you want in your life? And while you are learning how to become that, treating yourself with kindness and compassion, understanding that there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to make past relationship failures mean anything, especially about you or anyone else for that matter. So there's no manual for this. We have to learn how to parent ourselves through this, how to love ourselves through this process. And what we are doing is actually creating our own personal manual on how to love us and who we want to be and show up as in relationship, first and foremost. That is one of the things that, again, creates the shift that begins to bring new and different experiences into your life. So the next thing, you have to actually know what you want. Once again, your thoughts create your reality. If you are focused on what you don't want, expect to get more of that. The more you focus on what you want to attract to you, the more likely you are to bring it to you. We also need to know what our wounds are and how they have affected us. Looking back and seeing, is there a common thread there in the partners that I have attracted or the relationship itself? Is there a recurring theme that's happening in these relationships? Just looking at some of the common threads and asking yourself, what are the people, situations, and the relationships here to teach me? What is the wound that needs to be healed? And the most important thing to remember when it comes to healthy relationships is it has to start with your own love for yourself. How are you loving yourself? In what ways do you literally court yourself or love yourself like you would want a partner to love you? What does it look like when you make love to yourself? What does it look like when you are being loving to yourself, doing kind things to yourself, forgiving yourself, comforting yourself when you are hurt by someone, reminding yourself when you make mistakes that you're still lovable, that there's nothing wrong with you, that you're human, and that you can move forward. Just some things to ponder as you consider your second best life, second best relationships. And for those of you freak weirdos who really want the healthy, boring relationships that we talked about, I do have a PDF below that you can click on if you're really feeling like you want to take it a little deeper and come alive in life and really experience what it feels like to embrace the art of being a human being on planet Earth and be in relationship in a deeper way. Check it out, see what happens. I'd love to hear some feedback in the comments. So click on that PDF. Get to work, people. And in the meantime, if you got anything out of this, please like, subscribe, show your support in whatever way you choose. Send some love, send some energy. I will receive it all. And I will leave you with one last thought when it comes to relationships. The universe loves you so much that it'll never give up on you, and it will keep sending you the teachers you need until you learn the lesson you are to learn. Oh, it's you. You don't recognize me? Oh my God, I'm Karen. Yeah, the one who's supposed to come. And yeah, we're supposed to meet at this time in your life. We're gonna fall in love, we're gonna have awesome sex, and it's gonna be great. And then I'm gonna teach you how to be a total raging alcoholic. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take all your money, your dignity, your kids, everything, the house. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yes, because I'm that bitch. That's right. I know. And then what it is because you're gonna learn so much about forgiveness. It's just gonna be, oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about it, hon. Yes, I'm here.